There was once a young woman named Amina who had recently become a successful entrepreneur. Her tech startup had taken off, and on the anniversary of her company's founding, she decided to throw a celebration dinner, inviting all her friends, people from her industry, mentors, colleagues, and a few close ones from her past. Among the guests was Samir, her old friend from college. Life hadn't been as kind to him. He worked long shifts at a local bookstore, barely making enough to support his mother and younger sister. Still, when he received the invite from Amina, he smiled. She remembered me. He didn't have much to offer, but he picked up a small journal, beautifully bound with handmade paper. He couldn't afford the expensive gifts others would bring, but he knew Amina loved writing. The dinner was held at a high-end rooftop restaurant. Glowing lights, a view of the city skyline, champagne, laughter, and finely dressed guests. Samir felt out of place in his worn shirt and simple shoes, but stayed anyway. For Amina. The evening passed warmly until, just as the dessert was served, Amina suddenly said, "Wait, where's my wallet?" She had placed her designer wallet, a gift from her first investor, on the side table next to her bag. Now it was gone. Panic rippled through the group. "It had my ID, my cards, even a necklace inside," she murmured, clearly shaken. Someone suggested, "Maybe someone took it. It's better to check everyone's belongings, just to be sure. We all trust each other, right?" The mood shifted. Some guests nodded. "Go ahead, I've got nothing to hide." Samir froze. When it was his turn, he looked down and softly said, "No, I'd rather not." Silence fell. People exchanged looks. Whispers started. Why won't he let them check? Typical. Amina looked at him, confused. "Samir, you've known me forever. Just let them check. It's not a big deal." But he only shook his head, embarrassed, his voice barely audible. "If you trust me, please don't ask." After the party, with a heart full of doubt and guilt, Amina returned home. As she emptied her coat pocket, there it was, her wallet. She had tucked it away while answering a call and had completely forgotten. Her heart sank. The next morning, without makeup or formality, Amina went to Samir's house. When he opened the door, she hugged him tightly. "I found it. I'm so sorry, Samir. I should never have let them question you. I doubted someone who once helped me pay my rent during college." Samir gave a weak smile. "It's okay. You found it. That's what matters." "No, it's not," she said, searching his eyes. "Why didn't you let me check your bag yesterday? Why let them think the worst?" Samir hesitated, then stepped aside. Inside the tiny room, his mother lay resting on a small bed. A kettle whistled in the corner. He opened his old canvas bag, took out a half-eaten sandwich wrapped in tissue, and placed it on the table. "I didn't take your wallet," he said. "But, when the party ended, there was food left on the table. No one noticed, so I slipped this sandwich into my bag. For my mother. She hasn't had much appetite lately, and I thought maybe this fancy sandwich might make her smile." He looked down, his voice cracking. "If you had checked my bag, you wouldn't have found a stolen wallet. But you'd have found stolen food. I didn't want to explain that. Not in front of all those people. Not when I still have a little pride left." Tears welled up in Amina's eyes. She sat down and held his hand. "I judged you, but you were only thinking of your mother." She stood up and smiled through tears. "Come on, we're going to the best hospital in town. And after that, I want you to work with me, not as charity, but because people like you are exactly what this world needs." What do you think of this story? Share your thoughts in the comments and pass it on to your friends. Thank you.